morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is Amber. Today is Monday the 11th and it is around 9:50 a.m. and I am just getting started. Well, that's not exactly true. I've already looked at emails and looked at a few photos that have come in of different work from students, but I am just getting started with my first input, I suppose, into distance learning. I am going to write up my weekly newsletter to my parents and post it on Dojo. So I'm going to get ready to do that. So I just finished writing the newsletter. It was a little long because I had a lot to get through because we are nearly to the end of the year and I had a lot of housekeeping stuff to go through, which hopefully they'll read. I haven't had the best response on my newsletters. I think I've gotten it down to about 10 out of the 26 parents are viewing the Dojo posts, but we're just doing what we can. Anyway, so now that I've finished that, and I messaged a couple parents because I have not seen any work from their student in a little while, and so I gave them some options like take a picture of the books they've read, take a picture of any educational games they might have played, take a picture of any projects they completed and send it to me. So I can give them some credit. So anyway, now I have to go and look through everything that has been sent to me in the last little while and put in grades for this last week if they were completed. If they did something for this last week, I give them the completed grade. So I'm going to get started on that. All right, still working, computer working on my couch here. I put in all the grades, and as of now, I have 12 students who turned in work out of my 26 for last week. So I have my grade book set up by week. So it's literally says 7th week of homework, and if they turned in something and I got some kind of contact with them, then they get a completed check mark. It's not percentage, it's just a check mark. If I got nothing, then it went in as missing, which also does not have a percentage effect. It's simply just a comment, basically. So all of the missing students' work I have emailed parents about, or dojoed parents about. I've had most of my parents contact me, and I've had some communication with most of my parents on the Dojo. And I know it's so weird. Not my parents, not the ones that I call mom and dad, but I always call them my parents, and I've noticed a lot of teachers do that. But the parents of my students, I've been contacting them. And now I know this is right up to the wire, but tomorrow I have another IEP meeting. So I need to finish my input form for the IEP meeting. We're doing just a yearly check-in. It should be pretty quick. But I've got that. And I also have my child find information, or not information, but paperwork that I have to finish on a couple kiddos. I got to get it done before the end of this week, and I would like to get it done today. And so if I can finish that in the next hour-ish, that would be good. So this is going to be a lot of just sitting down and getting paperwork done. So I'm going to get to it. Okay, so we are we're getting ready to, or I'm getting ready to do a Zoom call with my class. I do a beginning of the week Zoom call, and usually about 3 or 4 students show up, and maybe some of our paraprofessionals, but I've got about 10 minutes and then that's going to start. Mostly these Zoom calls or Zoom meetings, because of the fact that so few students show up, I do take the time to go over things that I think are going to be issues for the week, like try and troubleshoot, since a few of the ones that come on the Zoom calls are lower readers. So sometimes we read through some of the passages. Sometimes I'll do some math. Today I'm wanting to do a virtual show and tell. We haven't actually done that. We'll probably look at the writing for this week, which is going to be a reflection on the school year. It's kind of a fun one. It's called, for some reason it printed really, really lightly. I think I need to check my printer ink. But it's called Classroom Survival Guide. It's a product on Teachers Pay Teachers, but it has some fun things. It's kind of one of the things that they have, the teacher, in order to survive this class, you must first understand this mysterious creature. One of blank the teacher's strengths is. So it's kind of it's fun. It looks fun. I hope they find it fun. We didn't go hard, we didn't like try for anything super difficult and academic this week. This is our last week of academics, last week that any assignments are going out. So in school, usually we would be doing fun memory book type things anyways. So this is kind of what we are working on. So I'm going to get ready for my Zoom call. All right, so I finished my Zoom call with my students. I actually had a few more today. I think there were 6 students, and I had 2 of the paraprofessionals who work at our school, which was fun. We did a virtual show and tell, which I've never done before, mostly because we're getting down to the end of the year, and after going through what we are doing this week, I figured we had some time. So we did that, and it was fun. And I let them kind of, I made sure they took turns, but I let them kind of comment and talk to each other. So that's got to be, a lot of them are telling me how bored they are with staying home. Hopefully they'll get to go out a little bit. So I thought before I end out this vlog, my brain is tired. By this point in the day, so it's 2:30 right now. By this point in the day, my brain has started to get really tired because I've been sitting and looking at a computer screen, and it's just not that great. It's really hot outside, so going outside and just doing anything like that sounds really unpleasant. I haven't looked at the forecast, but it's been in the hundreds almost. It was in the hundreds almost every day this week. So going outside and doing stuff is not fun. You feel like you're stepping into an oven. And it's going to be like that for a little while. So, but I figure I'll show you some of the things I've been doing specifically on Google Classroom, and we'll see if there's anything else to add, and then we'll sign off. So let's move over to my computer and look at what's going on. By the way, don't you just love this behind me? This is my wall of unfinished. There's a lot of stuff back there. That's all craft stuff. And this is all, well, this is cards and paper stuff. And then further over is like my gift corner where I keep just anything that I have so that I'm ready to give a gift if I find that I need one. So that's what that is. So every day or every week, my teaching team and I make this slide presentation on Google Slides, and we start off with this template for the beginning to for the beginning slides. So we have kind of like what they'll be doing and the different subject areas, and we go through and put together kind of a daily lesson plan for them and attach all of our slides and all of our assignments to this one, and we make it so that it can be downloadable and printed at school. This week we're finishing up this plan a vacation that was a TPT resource, and I'll have to find what the resource was because I've had it for a little while and used it different years. This one we got from TPT as well, and we thought it was cute, so we put that in for this week at the end, as the end, our end of the week or end of the year kind of reflection. We liked some parts of it, especially like this kind of idea of surviving fourth grade, which we think seems pretty appropriate for this year. I also put in, this is some Reading A to Z, one of the Reading A to Z books that I just screenshot and put together so that we could print it out easier for the students to have something to read and kind of respond to. I made this response sheet. And then the last thing we have is some memory book things that the students can work on for this week. If we were in class, they would be doing memory book type activities this week and next week. So we figured we would do that as well, this distance learning. We're also on my Google Classroom, I take all of those pieces and I kind of put them together day by day. So I'll just make that PDF, take it back to Google and make it a Google Slides assignment so that, and if they do the Google assignment, some of them are able to use it as a Google assignment. They can do some click and drag type things, and I put text boxes in so that they can type in the text that they need for each assignment, and I kind of divide it up by days. I prefer to use the Google Classroom because then it does force them to be a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more mindful of how they're using their time. I turned one of the pages on the packet into a quiz, which I like to do, since that is also like, it's a way to make it a little bit more fun, and I like to add images to the Google quizzes so that I can kind of jazz it up and make it a little bit more interesting. So this is basically kind of the things we're doing this week. All through this distance learning time, I've been getting better at using Google and using the different Google Classroom pieces. So I think that it's been a learning time, but I don't want to do it again because I much prefer to be in the classroom. So. All right, so I realized that yesterday I did not finish out the vlog. I actually ended up getting, I was working on paperwork, and then my husband got off from his work, and as soon as that happened, there's just no other time. So I'm basically going to just stop here and finish out the vlog. As you can see, distance learning is very different. There's a lot less of the fun stuff and a lot more of the paperwork. So we're coming near to the end, but I thought I'd give this update. I hope that you got some ideas. I hope that you enjoyed. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time.